Charlyne Santos Ebetuer, and I'm the Vice President for Informatics Philippines. And today I shall talk about the digital skills in the new economy. So, the new economy refers to the new normal, which is brought about by the pandemic. So, hopefully, I'd be able to show you how to future proof yourself in these times. Now, what happened to the Philippines? This is to show you on a local level. Ano nangyari during the pandemic? What happened? And then what happened to the job landscape in the Philippines? Nagkaroon ng National Digital Careers Act. This is actually a law that is being passed right now in the Senate and in the Congress. Kasi gusto nilang establish na ma-prioritize yung ganitong skills development, that the manpower skills of the Filipinos would be upskilled so that they would be able to get jobs or create jobs that are technology based. So as you can see here, ito yung mga yon: web development, digital marketing, web research, customer service, tech support, etc. So ito yung mga gustong sabihin ng government na lahat ng trainings natin, yung funds natin, i-divert natin dito, mag-create tayo ng scholarship for people so that they would be able to learn these jobs kasi ito yung in demand sa job market right now. Not just here, but also abroad. Kasi you could do these things, I have friends who actually work here but do stuff for people abroad. So halimbawa, nagpo-program sila pero client nila nasa Canada. Or my brother actually works for a British person who does videos. Yung mga ganon. So people should now learn, the Congress and the Senate actually acknowledges that the people should be able to learn these skills so that they could reskill themselves, yung mga na-display sa trabaho nila, no, yung mga nag-close na malls, nag-close na stores, nag-close na restaurants. Yung mga trabahador doon could actually take training on the skills so that they would be able to get jobs, not just here in the Philippines, but also abroad. See, DICT, if you've ever heard of it, is the Department of ICT. This is actually like the IT department of the entire Philippines. Minap din nila, ano ba yung mga online jobs na hinahanap this 2021. And as you can see, halos lahat yan are all tech-based, no? So, mobile apps development, graphics design, virtual assistant programming. So, I know you could read the slides, web design, video editing, content writing, okay? But there's voice acting, there's telemarketing, but all of these are actually related to digital jobs. Something to do with tech. Now, DTI, the Department of Trade and Industry, actually did a survey to all the e-commerce companies just to show you the statistics. Before the pandemic, there were only about 1,700 companies who are registered with DTI who's doing online, who's doing e-commerce or online selling. But when the pandemic happened, from 1,700, it jumped to over 7,000 registrations. So, doon mo nakikita na nag-shift yung interests ng business. So, from traditional business, naging 7,000 plus yung nag-register to do online. And this was just last year. So, for sure, this year, mas malaki pa sa 7,000 yung mga naka-register na online business. So, they surveyed all these e-commerce companies and asked them, ano ba yung kailangan nyo na trabaho now? So, ito yung mga lumabas. They need people who could do Android development. They need data scientists, digital marketing, full stack developers. So, as you can see, it's still in line with the predictions of the World Economic Forum. So, halos in that line rin yung nangyayari ngayong 2021 sa atin. Okay, so project managers, Python, software developer, UI, UX design officer, web developer, etc. So, ang tanong ngayon is probably, tanong nyo is, what will my future look like? Ano ba mangyayari sa akin in the future? So, as you can see, dun sa mga pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, is that the jobs are dominated by technology. Because in the new economy right now, technology is no longer specific to IT jobs. Dati kasi, kung gusto mo ng tech, mag-IT ka kasi matututo ka mag-program, matututo ka mag-networking, etc. But right now, tech knowledge is for everyone. So, teachers na hindi naman techie, kailangan nilang matuto mag-computers kasi kailangan nila mag-LMS, kailangan nila mag-reach out to students using the internet platform. Doctors who cannot do clinics right now because naka-quarantine and ayaw din nila mag face-to-face para hindi rin ma-expose sa COVID. So they're forced to do telemedicine, teleconsultation. So hindi na yung tech knowledge is no longer confined to people who are just interested in taking up IT. Anyone who wants to thrive in the new economy has to know technology. So that's the opportunity for you. What I'm saying is, if you're not interested in IT, it's still better for you to take up something IT because that tech advantage would help you prosper in this kind of economy. So, ang sagot ko rin sa question na to, that what will my future look like, is actually a quotation that I like. No? Sabi nila, si Abraham Lincoln daw nagsabi nito, sabi ng iba, it's Peter Drucker. But it says that the best way to predict the future is to create it. If you want to know what will happen to you in the future, the best way to start is now and then do something about it. Ikaw lang yung may power nun. Pwede mong i-disrupt yung what's happening right now. You know, just like how technology disrupted a lot of established things in the world. Because who would have known, like probably 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, na yung mga movie theaters would become obsolete because nagkaroon ng Netflix, nagkaroon ng YouTubes where you could, watch all these videos for free, no? Or for free kung illegal, no? But if you pay something, you could do Netflix, you could do VIU, you could do all these platforms where you could watch unlimited movies. And who would have known na yung Airbnb would affect the sales of hotels na malalaki? Kasi suddenly you could just, book something over the internet and stay at home na mas mura here and abroad. Diba? And who would have known that Uber or Grab would make taxis obsolete? Kasi suddenly, all you have to do is book a ride, no? Hindi ka pa lolokohin sa dito sa fare because it's already there. You pay them cashless. So these are things that were invented using technology. And you, as somebody who would take IT, could actually do that. You could change the world. Nothing will stop you actually. And don't let things na hindi kasi pwede yan eh. It shouldn't be that attitude. You know, Steve Jobs, if you've watched his life history, when he was trying to make the iPhone, pinagtatawanan siya ng industry, yung mobile phone industry. So, people in Microsoft who had their own Windows phone dati, and BlackBerry, who was like, I think the most used phone before, sabi nila, that won't work. A phone that has no keys would not work. Na tapos ang mahal niya kasi masyadong powerful yung phone, tapos wala pa siyang keys. Hindi yan bibili ng market. He was being laughed at. But when he launched it, he actually changed the mobile phone industry. Because right now, most of the phones don't have keyboards anymore, and they look like an iPhone. So even Samsung or anyone who's doing phones right now, yung itsura niya, physical, came from the iPhone. So, again, the tech advantage, you use that as your power to change the world. Lalo na kayo, no? If the Gen Z are watching right now, kayo yung pinanganak na meron na lahat nito eh. So, you're actually very comfortable with using these things, unlike my generation where we had to study all these things kasi wala namang internet nung pinanganak ako. Wala pang computers noon, no? But now, when you were born, marunong ka na mag-tablet, you know what the internet is, and the internet is like air for you. Diba? Pag nawala ng internet, panic agad, hindi ka makakonect. Stuff like that. So, use that. I know that the Gen Z knows how to use technology to their advantage, because I have seen a lot of mini revolution, so to speak, no, of how the Gen Z shape a kind of thinking. Like this happened with, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but in the U.S. Election, a lot of it, yung ibang idea doon was like Gen Z powered, no? I remember there was this time that Trump had to do this big campaign where you have to buy tickets. And what the Gen Z did was that they bought tickets para lang walang pumunta kasi nabili na nila yung ticket eh. So it ended up that the venue was like only half filled up. Yung ganon. But again, that's the power of technology because you use the internet, you know, you're connected to your friends, and then you bought these tickets online, etc. So the Gen Z right now has that kind of mindset. And I hope that you use that kind of mindset in furthering what you want to happen, because, again, the best way to predict your future is you create it. And we hope that you do take advantage of the tech knowledge that you would have, regardless of what kind of course or what kind of field you'd like to go into in the future, because the tech advantage would get you further than where you want to go. So that's it for me. Thank you very much, everyone. Done. I'm done.